Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and over the next couple of weeks I am going to bring to you a series of videos where I will talk about how to build an anchor series, which is basically just a best-selling series. But since I'm going to be calling it an anchor series, I would like to explain to you first what is an anchor series. Okay, so what is an anchor series? An anchor series is a well-branded, clearly defined series with 5 or more books that is positioned to bring in readers and income to your career for years to come. This is, if you think about the definition of an anchor, there are actually a couple of definitions that I really like. One is a person or thing that provides stability or confidence in an otherwise uncertain situation. I love that because there is no doubt that indie publishing is a very uncertain situation. And I love the idea of having this anchor, something that provides stability to your career despite everything else that's going on. Because I often like to say that really and truly indie publishing is like setting your ship out onto the open seas where there are shark-infested waters. There are waves that will blow you, off course, that will tip your, completely flip your ship over. There are so many things, like vendors change their algorithms. They change the way they promote your books, and things happen overnight sometimes in this business that can completely shatter your income or can, raise you way up. There have been people whose careers have been made off of, right place, right time because a vendor made a change that, really did great things for them. But these are things that you can't really predict, and they're definitely things that you have no control over. So it is very much like being out on the open seas. Well, if you build for yourself an anchor series, it is going to give you a little bit of stability, actually a lot of stability and a lot of confidence over the long term. This is definitely a long-term strategy. This is not something that is like a get-rich-quick kind of tip or a hack of any kind. This is a long-term strategy that I'm talking about, but it is something that can help you bring in income, consistent income for years to come, if not hopefully decades. Another definition of an anchor that I wrote down is an object used to hold something firmly in place. And I also like this definition because it's like, you think about dropping your anchor, and that, anchor holds you in place. It holds you to your goals. If you remember, one of the first videos that I did was talking about what is it that you want out of your career. And this is something that I will come back to over and over and over again because I'm so passionate about really tailoring your career to being something that you can not only be proud of, but something that's going to be, spiritually profitable for you, emotionally profitable for you, as well as financially profitable. And until you know what it is you want, it's hard to know what is going to make you feel fulfilled, emotionally and financially. But once you are on that direction, instead of letting trends, competition, comparing yourself to other people, vendors changing, instead of letting all that stuff like send your boat way off course, this is something that's going to hold you firmly in place and help lead you toward your goals. I really hope I'm explaining that well, because it is really one of the best long-term strategies is to build an anchor series. So just another quick, sort of explanation as to what an anchor series is. It's something that's well branded, so that when readers see it, they immediately recognize it as part of the same. It is something that is in a very clearly defined genre or niche market. It is something that readers can go, oh, okay, that is this kind of book. I'm not talking about copying someone else's book, but what I am talking about is, people can look at it and go, oh, that's a police procedural that is similar to this other thing. Oh, that's an urban fantasy with a kick-ass heroine. Oh, that is a young adult paranormal book about witches. Something that is very clearly defined, instead of like, if somebody asked you to describe your book and all you were able to say is, well, it's like a book about this girl that does this, and like, I'm not sure if there's going to be paranormal in it or if I'm going to do this other thing. It's like, that's not clearly defined. And if you can't put it into a spot in the Amazon store, or if you don't know where it fits in iBooks or in Google Play, like overarching category, then maybe you need to get something clearly defined. If you want to build something that I call an anchor series that is going to bring in money and bring in lots of readers for years to come, it needs to be in a clearly defined niche. or niche, or however you say that word. It also needs to be something that you have focused releases on, and it needs to have, in my opinion, 5 or more books. So there are going to be, different experiences for different people, but I think the more books you have in an anchor series, the more likely it is to grow over time. My anchor series, for example, I just released book 9. There will be at least 11 books, and there are going to be several spin-offs. So it's something meaty enough that readers can get into it and they can love it for years to come, and they can spend days, weeks, months in this world that you've created. 1 or 2 books isn't usually going to be enough to build an anchor series. So these are basically the elements of an anchor series. Hopefully you get an idea of what I'm talking about when I say anchor series. Over the next few weeks, I will be doing a series of videos on an anchor series. So we're going to use the word series a lot, but I'm going to be talking about branding, genre, how you choose a genre, how you research your genre. I'm going to be talking about focused releases and what that means, like speed between releases. I'm going to be talking about titling, and pretty much every element that goes into building an anchor series. So I hope that you will stick with me through those videos. And if you have enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you will get notified the minute a new video goes up, so that you can learn more about how to build your own anchor series and hopefully sell over 500,000 books for yourself as well. All right, guys, that is all I have for you today, and I hope that you will leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of this video, and if there are any other topics that you would love to see me cover in the coming weeks. All right, guys, see you in my next video. Bye.